So now we're going to continue discussing creating Venn diagrams. And we're going to look at a couple of examples where we're being asked to set up the Venn diagram for a given situation. So our first example says, the ABC Herald surveyed 300 residents on how to spend a budget surplus for the city. 165 wanted more money for education. 70 wanted more money for parks, and 20 wanted more money for both education and parks. And we want to draw the Venn diagram to represent this example. So keeping in mind that there are two possible responses to the survey. They were asking about money for education and they were asking about money for parks. So knowing that there are two possibilities tells me that my Venn diagram is going to have two circles inside. Now, knowing that some people said both tells me that those two circles are going to need to intersect. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sketch out my rectangle for my universal set. And inside that rectangle, I'm going to do a circle, and then I'm going to do a second circle that intersects the first one. Now you should label your circles. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this one is education. And this one is parks. And the easiest place to start when you are putting your information into your universal set and into your Venn diagram is to start with the intersection. So they're telling me that there are 20 people who wanted more money for both education and parks. So those 20 people are going to sit in the intersection between the two circles. And then we'll work our way out from there. Okay, so the next thing I know is that 70 people wanted more money for parks. So what that means is that in the park circle, you need to have a total of 70. Now, what students often will do is they will put a 70 over here. But if you do that in the park circle, okay, so the park circle is this whole circle right here. In the park circle, you now have a total of 90 because you have 70 and then you have 20. You need a total of 70. All right, so what that means is that what the number that you need to have over here is 50. That way, in the park circle, you have a total of 70. All right, then we're going to look at the next part. So the next part says 165 wanted more money for education. So what that means is in the education circle, all right, which is the entire circle here, you need a total of 165. So what number goes on the side? So 145, because I know 145 plus 20 would give me a total of 165. Okay, The last thing I need to do is I need to make sure that I have 300 residents accounted for in my universal set. So if I add up 145 and 20 and 50, that's going to give me 215. So how many people are left? They surveyed 300. So 300 minus 215 is going to give me 85 people who didn't answer education, parks, or both. So those 85 people need to go out here in my universal set, so that your entire universal set will account for all 300 residents. Okay, let's move on. Let's do another one. A survey is conducted of 72 voters. 38 said NASA, NASA, was a fast food chain. 41 said NASA was a clothing chain. And 19 said that it was both a fast food chain and a clothing chain. Okay, so again, I'm keying in right now on this word both. I'm also realizing that there are two options. Some people said fast food, some people said clothing. So when I draw my Venn diagram, I'm going to draw the box for the universal set. Again, I'm going to draw a circle for the first option and a circle for the second option and have them intersect, because we know that 19 people said both. Label your circles. So we have this one being fast food, and this one being clothing, we have 19 that said both, so the 19 goes in the middle, goes in the intersection. Those are the people that said both. And then we work our way out. So we also have 41 who said clothing. So a total of 41. So in order to make that work so that I have a total of 41, I'm going to need 22 over here, because I know that 22 plus 19 gives me a total of 41. Okay. Now I also know that 38 said fast food chain. That's the total in the fast food circle. So 38 minus the 19 that we already have tells me that I need 19 over here. And again, I can sort of check that by saying 19 and 19 gives me a total of 38. Now, we know that the survey talked to 72 voters. So how many do I have accounted for right now? I have 19, 19, and 22. Which is 60. So the other 12 voters didn't say fast food and they didn't say clothing. So they maybe said nothing or they said something else, and they're going to be outside of those two circles. Okay, so we're going to try one more. This one is a little bit more complicated. It says the launch of a new supermarket in downtown New York was publicized through, and note that we have three options: direct mail, the internet, and television. And then they give me a lot of information about who saw the launch of the supermarket versus the different ways that they could have found out about it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw myself a Venn diagram where I have three circles, because I need a circle for direct mail, I need a circle for internet, and I need a circle for television. And because these three circles all intersect in various different ways, I'm going to draw that. Let me just kind of draw it and show you what it's going to look like. So I'm going to draw my box. And this will be my universal set. And then I'm going to have a circle, a second circle that intersects that one, and then a third circle that intersects that one. All right, label your circles. So we have direct mail, so I'm going to put one of them to say mail. We have the internet. And we have TV. Okay, and my suggestion again is that you start with the innermost intersection. So I'm going to start at the bottom where it says 16 customers heard about the launch from all three sources. So those 16 people heard about it from mail, TV, and internet. So those 16, and I'm going to have a little bit of trouble writing this in here, but they're going to be right there in the middle. Okay, so put a 16 right in the middle on that one. Let's see if I can do a little bit better job. Okay, and then we're going to move our way up. All right, so it says next we have 27 customers who heard about the launch by the internet and TV, but not direct mail. Okay, so internet is this circle and TV is this circle, but not direct mail. So we're talking about this intersection right here. This is going to be 27. All right, from there, we have 19 customers who heard about the launch by direct mail and TV, but not the internet. Okay, so 19 is going to sit right here. This is mail and TV, but not the internet. All right, from there, we have 25 customers who heard about the launch by direct mail and the internet, but not TV. So there's going to be a 25 sitting right here. All right, coming on up. So our next one says 140 customers heard about the launch on TV. Okay, so now we are looking in the TV circle. So I want you to go ahead and make a note of what is already inside the TV circle. We have 19, we have 16, and we have 27. Those are the numbers that are already in the TV circle. So I'm going to add those up. 19, 16, and 27 gives me 62. So I already have 62 people sitting inside the TV circle. I need a total of 140. So I'm going to take 140 and subtract 62. That is going to tell me that there are 78 sitting in the TV circle all by themselves. Okay. All right, keep working your way up. So now we have 131 customers who heard about the launch through the internet. So in the internet circle, you need 131. So write down what you already have. In the internet circle, we already have 25, 16, and 27. So if I add those up, that gives me 68. So I already have 68 people in the internet circle. I need a total of 131. So how many are left? So we'll have 63 in the internet circle. And then finally, the last thing that we're told is a total of 119 customers received direct mail. So let's look at the direct mail circle. We already have 19, 16, and 25 in the direct mail circle, which is a total of 60. We need a total of 119. So let's figure out what's missing. So 59 people would sit right there. So again, this one is a little bit more difficult simply because we have the 3 circles instead of the 2.